The reason why FASA is such an integral part of my story and who I am. I founded and CEO of a company called Chicken Bar. I think so. My journey started. We were a franchisee. I've always been an entrepreneur. We bought into a franchise. That turned out to be the biggest nightmare of my entire life. But bought into an unscrupulous business. They were not members of FASA. I think I actually the first time I met Alex is when we were. I got the other franchisees together. Uh, you know, because things were just not going okay. I met Alex because we were looking for a lawyer. And that's how I came across the name called FASA, because he was a member of FASA. So we were looking for a franchise lawyer to help us get out of the mess that we were in. As far as the business was not a member of FASA, so we couldn't even get financing. When you're looking for financing, you couldn't get financing from your CFOs, from your banks, because they actually want that certification. So we ended up signing with this financier they were in bed with. We were paying about over 26% interest. Those things killed our businesses. Our homes were tied into these loans. Look, I think last year is when I literally unbonded a property that my parents had given me, to get into business. And this is years of being in debt. And this is because these guys were not members of FASA. So, fast forward to, defranchising, taking these guys to the High Court. I move, I go to the Eastern Cape and to save, our home and to save face, because I was given this property and now I need to unbond it. That's how Chicken Bar came about. We then opened the store because I've already got the equipment. So I'm like, okay, I feel like I can do this. We opened our first store in 2019, operated successfully. Then we were like, okay, a lot of people were showing interest in what I'm doing, and they're like, do you want a franchise? Do you want to do this? And my biggest fear was I never want anyone to go through the things that we went through. My mother almost lost her life because of this, the stress and all of that. You thought it would get better, but we then ended up meeting a consultant who's like, okay, I'm going to franchise your business. You're going to pay me 200,000. We pay this guy 200,000. It turns out, as we're trying to accredit, become members of FASA, we need to produce the franchise documents. This guy Googled these documents. I remember getting a call from Shireen. I think I'll never forget it, where she was like, listen, my darling, I think this is just, I need to help you. Maybe find someone in the, she was probably not supposed to, but she's like, look, there are consultants within FASA. It's not just franchisors or franchisees, but there's other consultants that you can find. They can help you, do these documents, because yours are just not correct. I think it was a 9-page or 10-page disclosure document, and we had paid this guy over 200K because this is what he says he does. We were in the process of, getting a franchisee to sign up. And I remember saying to myself, because I don't want anyone to go through this, I was like, look, maybe let me get our paperwork together before you say you want to buy a Chicken Bar. This is like what, 2001, before we became members. Yeah, and long story short, I was like, look, I don't want to take on anyone when we found this out, that, the documents are just not okay. But yeah, so my journey with FASA started there. We've been members since 2001 and trying to grow this business. A lot of false starts. So it's been an incredibly difficult journey. But I think then we do become members, and we are growing this brand. I was blessed enough for Fred, the CEO, to be like, because we needed a letter. We needed the financiers needed a letter. And he wrote a letter saying, we are members of FASA. This is who we are. So it's things like that. I think if we were not members of FASA, we wouldn't be able to have that. I was blessed enough to also Richard, I think I was nominated for a board seat. Richard gives me a call. He's like, listen, I'm never going to vote for you. And this is the first time I spoke to him. He's the CEO of Cash Converters. I'm just Asanda, And he's like, listen, I'm never going to vote for you. But what I will do for you is I'll mentor you. So that was amazing. You're trying to grow a brand and you meet a CEO who's, started exactly where you are. He was like, look, I am you. I started this as well. I was a founder, and then I grew my own brand so I can help you. And having an hour of someone's time of that caliber. Richard, a CEO of Cash Converters, an hour a month of his time has been completely invaluable for me. It's changed the way I look at things. It's changed the way I see myself as well, just as a business person, and just learning. And as we're growing and as we're getting to where we want to get to, being able to pick up the phone and be like, do you think this guy, look, I've been scammed so much that I'm so doubtful about anyone who says anything. So it's like, do you think this guy is telling me the truth? Is this how it works? I'd like to be honest and say, there's a lot. I know there's a lot I don't know, and I'm okay with that. You can't ask questions if you don't know what you don't know. Having FASA is exactly that. This is a place to go to ask and show you the things that you don't know about franchising. And I think this is a lot of people, who want to get into franchising that don't know. I mean, I feel like if, as a franchisee, if we had started here, there's a lot of questions I would have then asked the franchisor, coming to sessions like this. There's a lot I would have asked, but you don't know what you don't know. And for me, that's exactly what FASA is, a place to know what you don't know, so that you can ask the right questions and make them, once you know the right questions and, ask them, you can make the right decisions. I mean, having Romani as well to, assist us and look at our marketing. And she was like, look, these are the ideas you need to do. These are the things that you can do. I didn't know a lot of things were possible, and she showed me a lot of things that were possible. Also, this year I posted, when we got our certificate, this year's certificate, I posted on my LinkedIn and my social media. And yesterday I was sitting in a meeting with the heads of Nedbank who were like, look, we really love your story. We did a bit of research. And as much as it's premature right now, but let's hold your hand and let's work into you being accredited by a bank, so that, and when you're looking for financing for your franchisees and yourself, so it's things like that where, I mean, this is a post about me being a member of FASA, and then now I'm sitting in meetings with, in those type of meetings. So I think it's been completely invaluable. Like, I mean, now I'm trying to explain my life and like what this platform has done for me in 5 minutes. Kind of difficult, but I hope I tried. It shocks me every time things happen to me. I'm like, so please excuse me if I'm not as eloquent as I'm supposed to be, but I'm just being myself. But yeah, it's been phenomenal. And thank you for, having and dedicating your guys' time to, because it's a lot of time, putting in a lot of time, and it's probably a thankless job, but I'm here to say thanks. So, and creating this organization. So thank you, Faza. And yeah, we're pushing this brand, and you guys are invited to the store.